Welcome, everyone, to the 8th episode of the Modern Day Morons. This time after dark, and this time 100% written by Braden. So if this task list sucks, I'm sorry. Today, we have 100% more Liam undergoing sleep deprivation torture. So that's also an interesting little tidbit for today's episode. And I'm your host, Braden.
Liam.
And I'm Jacob. Woo! Look at us.
Hell yeah. All right. So I know you guys are antsy to hear about the sponsor. Everybody always is. So today, our sponsor is canned drinks. I have 2 cans right in front of me. Okay. I enjoy a nice cold canned drink to make me feel good and warm inside or cold inside, depending on if it's a hot day. But there's nothing quite like a drink that just busts open when you pop that tab. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. So much so that I have one already busted open here, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have another one here, just ready to bust open, just because it's so satisfying that I love to bust open my cans. Anything, I just love to bust. All right.
It truly is like the popping, like
Oh
wrapping bubble
my goodness.
of adult life and being an alcoholic. You get that satisfying feeling,
And it makes the big sad go away.
Cheers to Junior Chicken.
and it makes the big
for the
sad go
follow.
away. Big cheers to Junior Chicken. Thank you, Junior Chicken. We appreciate you.
Love that guy.
So, Liam, do you have anything
Sandwich
to say
too.
about canned drinks?
It's a female, Jacob.
I
It's a
still
woman.
love that guy.
God damn it, Jacob.
Love
Canned drinks,
that day.
they're great to chuck at homeless people if you are angry at them. Especially if you freeze them first. Really packs a punch.
Wow. Okay, yeah. I mean, that does tie in well to our first news story of the day.
Does it?
So,
Does it?
Unfortunately, it does. So, thank you, Big Can, for sponsoring us today. We really appreciate it, of course. In our first news story today, a homeless man has died after a canned drink was dropped off the observation deck of the Empire State Building. It was a full drink, and supposedly it killed him on impact.
What a waste. Full drink. Can't believe that. I'm
Yeah.
so joking. I'm so rest in peace to that guy. That's
Well, I mean, would you rather have a Pepsi or a homeless guy? If you go to a restaurant, okay, but you're in a restaurant and you're having a meal, what do you order with it? Do you order a Pepsi or a homeless person?
Jacob, what would you rather put your lips to right now?
Different context.
An Okanagan or a homeless person?
What has a better mouthfeel?
Gross. It's all about the mouthfeel.
And the taste.
Well,
in our second news story of today. Sorry, Jacob, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say I'm going to crack open this one so I don't drop it full on somebody and kill them.
Mm-hmm. In our second news story of today, our first news story was complete bullshit. I just made it up. I didn't want to let Liam down by not transitioning directly from an ad to a horrifying real life event. So I'm sorry to let everyone down.
You exactly let me down because you didn't transition to a horrifying real life event.
But I still shocked and awed the audience. Am I right, guys? So
shocked.
That's what it's all about.
Also, yep. Hayden, just by the way, this is not a new camera angle. It's the exact same camera angle. It's just flipped in Streamlabs is all. Or
I am far
flipped
away.
on my stream. And Braden, yes, Braden is far.
You can see Captain America this way.
Hell yeah.
I can move a little closer, though.
No, don't.
This is my nerd room now. I have nerd paint pictures up. Also, yeah, I'll be way too loud if I get any closer, so I'm sorry.
Leans in to say that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to get loud if I get closer.
I just have to make it abundantly clear that that's how mics work. So yeah, unfortunately our first news story was bullshit, but it was just for. Sorry. Oh, it's the Jacob show now.
Sorry, if you click on your camera, here we go. Look at this fucking cloak god.
Oh, he's a cloud demon. He's a cloud demon right now. I do love the look though. I think it's fitting. I think it's fitting for the podcast.
I can only imagine how bad that sweater smells at this point.
Oh, terrible! There's no shirt underneath. It's just a straight sponge to my juice.
Oh, gross!
The funniest thing, I feel like that's not the grossest Rick and Morty sweater that's out there. I feel like there's definitely like some unwashed, just I can't even say the word that I want to say on stream right now. I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
a version of someone's sweater, who's
Oh yeah.
definitely a fan of Rick and Morty. Probably one of the people who would have went to like a McDonald's and like begged for Szechuan sauce or whatever.
Screeched for Szechuan.
Screeched for Szechuan. That's what it's all about. It's that's how you show your fandom these days. You just go
I'm
in and
hella
you
loud.
abuse
I
minimum
turned you
wage
down.
employees.
Okay.
Perfect.
Once affiliate, can we get a Liam Juice Sponge emote? I mean, I don't know
Liam
about
Juice
that one.
Sponge. Is this like a
We also
reference
haven't
I don't
decided.
understand?
We haven't decided if we're going to go the affiliate path. We could talk about that.
We probably aren't, honestly, because we won't meet the requirements because we don't stream enough days a month or hours a month.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we probably want to stream to YouTube as well, and you can't do that if you're affiliate. And also to the podcast, we don't really. You guys, if we're on Twitch, there's no need for us to double dip and let subscriptions and bits and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, there's no point in subscribing to a podcast channel for like 4 podcasts a month kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're kind of right on the money with that. I'd rather this be a free environment for everybody, and then we can have our YouTube stuff kind of separate and still stream over there once we get all that figured out and pay for the premium Streamlabs at some point. But yeah,
You don't even really need Streamlabs. Well, I guess if you want to do the cross stream, yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
No, it costs. But honestly, what I'll end up doing, since you guys are already doing your stream stuff, I'll probably be the one to buy that and then just do run this more if I can, try and get some more stuff done for it, because I would like to learn how to do this stuff, because I'd like to get into streaming at some point, but it's kind of a commitment. So
it's kind of very a commitment. Facebook.
That's what
I figured that one out when I tell everyone I'm going to do a 36-hour podcast, and then they're like, "Oh, so you're streaming for 36 hours?" I'm like, "Guess so." And then it's been 28 hours, and then I throw up, and then I'm like, "Oh, I'm still here."
I guess I have to sit back down on stream now.
I'm surprised you're still lucid, if I'm being completely honest.
But look at those eyes. Are you certain? Are you certain he's still lucid?
There's not much there. There's not much behind those dead eyes. You're not wrong.
That makes me very uncomfortable. Looks like Willy Wonka is eyeing you up.
When I have these on and then I flip to my actual eyes, it makes me feel like I have Coraline eyes.
Oh God!
It's like my eyes are so much smaller compared to my fucking
button
big
eyes.
Button eyes.
Yeah, so I'm like, so yeah, exactly like Anna said there. During the last 2.5, 3 hours of my stream, well, really the last hour was fine when I did my 24-hour stream, but the last hour 21 to 23 was rough because it was 5 a.m., 6 a.m. our time. And also, of course, my channel was a lot smaller at that time, so I didn't have everybody there to support that make it easier, because having chat bumping really makes it so much easier
yeah,
to stay awake. But during that time, I think I had just hit 100 followers, so pretty much right where Liam is, and it was rough. Because if nobody's talking to you, you're talking to yourself. And talking to yourself does not keep you awake that well.
I talk to myself all night. But I wasn't tired last night, but I was talking to myself. I was talking so much that my voice hurt in the morning.
Well, I also discussed
I feel it.
Sorry. I also discussed, I don't remember who it was, maybe Braden or somebody, that no, I don't think it was Braden. Anyways, discussed with somebody that if somebody was going to survive a 36-hour stream, it's going to be Liam. Because Liam already abuses his body. I feel like I'm honestly, normally pretty all right on my body. I try and give myself enough sleep every night, eat well, all that shit. But Liam's like, yeah, pop a couple caffeine pills, and I'll get through it. Work night shift, 72 hours straight.
Exactly what I was about to say, though. It's like Liam is uniquely powered to be able to pull off a 36-hour stream because of the night shift, because of the bodily abuse. He is the golden god of being able to do a 36-hour abuse.
Maybe I should just start doing one 36-hour stream a week and not stream 4 days a week.
Yeah, you'd still get more stream hours in than anybody else.
That's a good idea, though.
Also,
should brighten up the
Hayden's
light.
got a good point. The blue light in your room would put him to sleep. You should make your light like aggressive, like red or yellow to imitate sunlight, as a Mako said there.
Isn't that kind of like, wait, how does that work though? Because there's like, whenever it gets late on my phone, it's like, oh, turn on the blue light filter.
Blue light's bad for you before you go to sleep. It doesn't necessarily keep you awake, but it makes your sleep less good. I
Okay.
believe. I could be mistaken, but I was
James
pretty
like,
sure
I'll
that's
turn
what
on
it
the
was.
bad, or I'll turn on the bad blue light just in case I fall asleep. I want it to be poor quality.
I feel like these sunglasses have actually helped my eyes though, just because like I'm seeing a lot less light when I have them on. I can't wear them when I play Battlefield though, because I can't fucking see people.
Yeah.
What I tell to everybody before they do a 24-hour stream or whatever is make sure you have lip balm. I don't know if I told this to you. Do you have lip balm?
No.
Lip balm is so clutch. You're gonna be regretting it tomorrow. I swear. I mean, maybe you secrete enough liquids.
I
That,
just ripped the dead skin off.
Never mind.
No.
Doesn't
Save
matter.
money on
Does
the
this
phone.
surprise
Prove
you?
me wrong.
Doesn't
shouldn't.
matter anymore. This fucking guy. I actually wrote
You
out a
left me
whole
to my own
booklet of
devices.
tips. I wrote out a whole booklet of tips after my fucking first 24-hour stream so that I could remember them for my next one. But I have misplaced the booklet due to the move, so I can't help you here.
Oof.
I just remember lip balm.
You're just like, I have all this great information for what you were going to do. You're almost done now, and I don't have that information anymore. But
Well, I would have given it to you if I had it at the time. I don't know where it is.
So speaking of the move, how's that going? Is everything like mostly settled at this point, or are you getting
Not
there,
really.
or how's that going?
We're getting there. I mean, it's
Not
going,
really.
but
That's fair. That's fair.
it's going. But with everything how it is, I'm still sharing the house because the border has been closed.
Right.
So I can't quite get settled in because, well, all I have is a room right now. This is where I live. Is this room, which is fine, but
Oh, okay. I see.
hard to settle in a house when all you have is a room. At
Yeah.
the moment.
No, that's fair. And I assume you also have, like a lot of shit around still, because obviously your mom has a lot of stuff, but also now you have all your apartment things as well, right? So
Yeah.
that's
two people's
fun
lives
situation,
worth
huh?
of shit in a building where there already was too much in the building.
Mm,
But
it's
we're
fun.
getting there. We're getting there. Things are packed up.
It's good. That's good, man.
It's, we'll
Hopefully,
get there.
hopefully
We'll
soon
get
all the lockdown stuff's over.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
can kind of go a little smoother for you. Fingers crossed for all of us on that, because
Pray to goodness.
not
Also,
fun.
I just noticed that we are now, 25% of the way there to 100 followers, which is pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Look at
We're
us.
getting there. We're getting there. It's nice. We're getting there.
One
Slowly
day
but
at a
surely. I'm
time,
happy. I'm
baby.
happy. Exactly. Well, that's the thing though. You have to remember that we're not doing like, if we were doing like 4 podcasts a week, then yeah, 25 subs at this point or followers at this point would be like, ugh. But all things considered, one
Not
podcast
bad.
a week for like 8 weeks now, almost, because we still like missed a couple, and obviously there were some moves and stuff like that, and some days didn't work out. But
and also we did like 4 that weren't uploaded.
Yeah, don't count those.
We
Those
just
are
restarted them.
Yeah, these are the revamped podcasts. The Stupid Shenanigans Part 2.
exactly better and improved with just as little structure.
Maybe improved a little bit. Not so much. I mean, they might be a bit better.
Not really.
There's
Nah.
definitely production value.
we're living up to the name.
Yeah.
But I want to make a frame with everyone has like their name in the bottom left corner of their picture, and then not just have black behind us, but have some sort of scene.
Mm-hmm. No, that'd be nice.
Well, we all do technically have our names. If you look on the stream right now, there's it's Canadian Braid and MC
Yeah, you
Double.
can pull it up. Yeah.
As long as I keep the mouse moving, all the names show up. I'll just constantly move my mouse around like this the whole time. I don't think I've taken my hand off the mouse in the first 15 minutes, so I may as well just keep going.
Yeah, keep it up, man. Yeah, that's the way to do it, I guess.
I feel like this Moscow Mule is just too harsh right now, but I'll finish it.
I've never had one of those. How is it?
This guy's like, yeah, I just threw up, but now I'm drinking a drink. It's too harsh. Let's keep going.
It's not harsh as in like alcohol content. Like it's what 7%, but it's like it's ginger beer and vodka, and it's very it's like spicy ginger beer, which I like. It's really nice like on a rainy night like tonight or like probably a winter day. But after just emptying out your guts, it's not Actually,
I was gonna say,
ginger is
technically,
like
shouldn't the ginger be good for you?
yeah, like ginger
Yeah.
gravel. It's a natural. Okay,
Yeah.
This guy says
taking my
ginger
medicine.
gravel,
The
as if the
alcohol
primates
probably
were just
is.
chugging ginger gravel.
I didn't realize that was my medicine.
They suppress our medicine.
Daddy
Try
needs
and
his
sell us a
medicine.
cure.
How does
So,
that quote go? So we buy their cures.
so we buy their cures. Yeah, that's a
There's
great
one
meme
more.
macro.
There's one more line though.
Hold on, let me. I want to pull it up now. I'm too intrigued.
Sorry, boys. Old man time's kicking in on me.
It's
Yeah,
all
you must be
good,
pretty
man.
tired.
I am actually.
They feed us poison, so we buy their cures while they suppress our medicine.
That one meme where it was like the high C and the other shit was hilarious.
That's a good one. So I guess on to our kind of our topic list for today. I have a couple different ones written up, and we can kind of bounce around. But I just kind of wanted to start with remakes for both video games and movies, mainly because there was news that The Last of Us is being remade. You guys, I've talked about this before on the podcast, but you guys know, big Last of Us fan over here. I like those games a lot. They're pretty darn good. But
Have you played
a
the second
remake,
one yet?
yes, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I know that's a controversial opinion, but loved it. They haven't made 3 yet, Alex, but I'm hoping they do soon. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why are they putting time and resources into a remake instead of like a new IP, or like remaking, like, I don't know, the first Uncharted game or something, which
Because
does not
it's
hold up
easier
well.
to do a remake for a game that's not
Money,
even that
money,
old.
money.
But that's what I mean. It's like 8 years old now. By the time it comes out, it'll be maybe 9. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? 9,
exactly.
10 at most. It's like, it just seems like such a waste, especially if Naughty Dog. Like, they're the best in the game, at least when it comes to like refining their mechanics and gameplay and like graphics and everything like that. So it's just kind of whack.
Let's take just last generation graphics and remake them to current
Exactly.
generation graphics.
But the craziest thing is, The Last of Us looks like incredible still. Like, that game still looks very good. Like, it's starting to show its age now because it was a PS3 title, but it still looks really good, especially the cutscenes.
It's not going to benefit from a remake. They're going to
No.
make money, absolutely, because people are still going to buy that shit up because that's what people do.
Mhm.
But it's
I'll probably buy it.
exactly, and you're judging it.
They got me. They got me. I'm just saying. I'll play anything. I'll put anything. Actually, Alex, that was also on the docket. So thank you for bringing that up. So that's a counterexample though of like a great remake is the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. Like, those, from all accounts, are like pretty incredible and like very faithful to the original. And Mass Effect remakes come out next week, exactly. And I'm actually very excited for that because I've never played any of the Mass Effect games. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be nice.
So I've never played Mass Effect games either,
Mhm.
but I didn't hear about the fucking remake for Last of Us. That's foolish.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean though. It caught me off guard. And don't get me wrong, like, The Last of Us 2 is probably, yeah, no, I'm gonna say it, bar none, like the best looking game I've ever played, right? Like, there were points where I was playing that and I was like, this looks like legitimately real in some of the cutscenes. Like, it looks perfect. And it's just it's like, I get why they'd want to update The Last of Us 1 to that, but again, it just seems like a waste of resources. I'll probably play it, but I don't know.
I've been oh my god.
Oh, what's up,
Hendren?
Hendren?
What's
How
going
are
on?
you?
Yeah, I haven't played any Resident Evil games or any Mass Effect games. I've been told that I'm supposed to play. Oh my god. It's old Hickory Ham Mike.
Old Hickory Ham Mike is here too? Wow.
Yes, he is.
Crazy.
Oh my god, video game nerd.
We got
92.
Hendren.
Low key, they all came on my channel and was like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Go to this channel."
The boys
Thanks, Liam.
have come through in troves.
The boys.
What's going on, boys?
The
Yeah, I
boys are
haven't
back in
played
town.
Resident Evil or Mass Effect games. I've been told I'm
Yeah.
supposed to play Resident Evil 2 Remake. But
I've heard the same.
I've yet to get there because everything in my life has been fucked for the last 3 weeks. So, I haven't considered buying a new video game yet.
No, that's fair.
See, there's another guy telling me I gotta play the remake. Actually, you're probably one of the OGs, Alex, but yeah,
No,
remakes.
you're another guy.
Remakes can be good.
Hendren, if
But
you wanted to show up as a guest, you could absolutely join the call.
I'm sure there will be a day where I'm busy, Jacob, and you can swap me out. Just be like, it's still Jacob, same guy.
How about that's
Okay,
a
so now
rule?
that-
If anytime one of us is sick, it has to be someone with the same name, and then no one addresses it.
Dope.
So we can get other Braden from high school. We can get old Hickory Ham Mike for Liam. We can get good old Jake in the chat for
Perfect.
Jacob. And we will not address it. We will
And
continue
we'll
on
introduce
as
it
if
like,
it's normal.
welcome to this episode of I'm your host, and it's Liam. It's always Liam.
It's
Jacob,
always
and
Liam.
Brett.
Yeah,
And
always
then
the
one
same.
episode, it's just those three.
It's not even us anymore. They've just disappeared. But they're the same people, of course.
It's funny. Again, it has to be played completely straight. Yeah, you
A
can't.
rotating
You can't.
cast
You
of
can't do
Liam,
that.
Braden, and Jacob. That sounds good.
Exactly.
Let's do that.
So Alex, in the chat, I saw you were playing earlier on Steam. I saw you playing Resident Evil 8. How's that going?
I've seen a lot of people playing that, and I mean, again, like I've said, I've never played any of the Resident Evil games, but
Same, just
I
they're all
don't-
dog shit.
I don't really, I don't know what it is about Resident Evil games. Like, what the fuck do you even do? What's
Shoot
the
zombies.
goal of a Resident Evil game?
Solve puzzles.
So they're just survival horror. So it's just like you got a couple bullets, and in the early games, it's like you're on a fixed camera, and there's like a zombie or two per screen, and you gotta conserve your ammo.
It sounds like a
Yeah,
chore.
that is the one with the big vampire lady
Yeah.
with that's like 8 feet tall with the
big booby lady.
the big titties.
Yeah, it doesn't. Resident Evil, like the concept doesn't seem super exciting. It just seems like work.
Exactly, Hayden.
Solve
Puzzles, fight monsters. Ammo is quite rare, so you got to be smart.
Man,
But,
there's
like-
nothing I love more than in a shooter than having to ration my ammo and only getting to use my gun some of the time.
It seems like a chore to me. I don't know. Like, one of the reasons I haven't picked them up is because I haven't been convinced. It's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to go in there and do what exactly? What am I doing? I'm just shooting zombies, but I don't have enough ammo to shoot the zombies. And then I get put in like a puzzle, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm fucking stupid, so this puzzle's just gonna piss me off. And then I'm gonna leave on to the next puzzle and zombie area.
But that's the other thing though too. It's like I don't think it's all just zombies either. I've actually never played a Resident Evil game. I played a little bit of Resident Evil 2 with my brother when I was a kid, and it scarred the shit out of me. So they still kind of scare me today. But like I don't think it's all just zombies. I think Umbrella just does like weird genetic experiments, and that's like why they have big titty vampire GF.
So we're talking about Resident Evil games, and no member of the podcast has played a Resident Evil game.
Nope, just talking about them. We're just chatting.
You can talk about anything.
We're morons. We explicitly state that in the title.
I've never been a part of a nuclear fucking holocaust, but I'll talk about it.
Jacob loves talking about Holocaust.
Confirmed.
Well, if you put nuclear in front of it, it's kind of interesting at least.
Non-nuclear Holocaust.
Oh, okay.
Has anyone played Desert Fest? Not the Desert Fest.
So the official stance of Resident Evil is it's a garbage game, and if you play it, you should reconsider your life choices.
Zombie puzzle, no ammo.
Big titty goth vampire GF.
Clown I'd like to fuck.
So, clown.
Those words did not need to leave your mouth orifice.
Hey, listen.
That's one of those sentences that I
before.
think that was the first time that sentence was ever said, and
No.
I think you might have just broken it.
No, it happened a
by
lot.
saying
It happened a lot like 2 hours ago when I was streaming. I'm not going to tell you any more context, but it happened.
Okay.
I wonder if any of those kids said it to what's his name? Fuck.
I don't know if you saw the acronym in chat being posted there. CL.
I do see
CILF. But it happened.
What was that guy's name? The serial killer clown who killed all those boys.
Oh, John Wayne Gacy Jr.
There it is. I wonder if any of the boys said that.
Sufjan Stevens song.
You committed,
Good song.
did you?
I wonder if McCann's free next weekend.
He's probably got some interesting stories.
All right.
How's your boys'
does.
drinks coming along, by the way? My second one is nearly empty, so
See, I could crush 2 of my other beers right now easy. This mule's a little spicy.
I think you can just post a link here, Hayden, to be honest with you. I don't know how this
You
channel's
should be
set
good,
up.
but if not, we have quite a few moderators in here because I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we moderated like everyone
Yeah,
on our first stream.
so I had a moment earlier. It seems I was losing brain cells when we were playing trivia earlier, and I may have asked the question: does Ireland have a country? That's all Hayden's
Oh,
trying to
boy.
do is make me
But
cringe.
Ireland is a country, Jacob. So why would you what?
Yeah, I know, right?
The
It was
question
pretty.
is fundamentally wrong.
Fundamentally, it was a little silly, but you know, sometimes you commit an oopsie or two. Alex, is that the same Angra?
This is the second time this question's been asked.
It's at the same angle.
short 26 minutes.
Just on my Streamlabs, it's flipped. Is all. The same Angra. Yeah, no, it's the same angle, just flipped.
You know, the Nazis, they were real knuckleheads. Real jackasses at
You know what was
times.
the worst part about the Nazis?
I'm not finishing that sentence.
Never mind then.
That's entrapment right there.
I was gonna get you.
I was about to say something quite funny and quite cancelable.
No, tell us. We're here now.
Right,
We're
we're here.
listening.
We're morons.
Everybody's
We're
listening.
morons. It's
Well,
been too many hours for you. You may as well
Now,
let it
now
sit.
there's been too many words in between that and the sentence. It's lost its momentum.
I've made sure to highlight
Hey,
your
Liam, you know what
name.
the worst
Your
part
name
about
is
the
right here
Nazis
on the
was?
screen.
Extra cancelable.
What?
Just because your name's visible.
Ah.
Yeah, Liam, everybody wants to know now, buddy. What do you think of the far right?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Also not a fan of the far left. Not a fan of any radical political theory.
Liam's just not a fan. You know, just anything. Not even a fan
Not
of
a fan.
himself.
Centrist lifestyle.
I mean, do you guys know horseshoe theory in politics where the far left and the far right are actually closer to each other than they are the center?
This is typical centrist talking point.
I mean, think about it radically, though. Like, they're more likely to do radical things.
The two staples in life, Hayden. Doesn't like Resident Evil or Nazis.
That's my litmus test.
Typical.
Do you like Resident Evil? Do you like Nazis?
Typical centers. Doesn't like Resident Evil or Nazis. Can't believe this.
He also likes getting mad in Rocket League occasionally.
This fucking guy. Put those shades down. Oh god, I just got given another cider. What's happening?
Oh boy. This after hours podcast is going to get pretty rowdy. I'm glad I don't have anything like too awful on the schedule right now.
Imagine if they ride the bus on stream.
Right. I mean, we probably can.
Is that even legal? Can you stream that?
How the? Hey, you can stream yourself like doing drugs. They can't prove it's drugs.
I guess as long as it's legal in your.
You can't stream it on Twitch, but like Twitch can probably take you down. But you can't get like any legal issues for it because they have no way to prove it's drugs or how you.
I was actually Googling earlier to see if you could play Cards Against Humanity on Twitch. Because I kind of wanted to. You must
be able to, right?
Well, I didn't see. There was no definitive answer. Twitch didn't say that it was a banned game because there is a list of banned games on Twitch that you cannot play.
Mm-hmm.
Honey Pop 1 and 2 are some of them, but the rest are like fucked. Like you can tell by their name that you cannot play those games on Twitch. But
Honey Pop 1 and 2.
It's just like a puzzle game that shows you anime titties if you do well, I think.
Oh.
Anyways.
I see. One for the weebs.
Yeah.
Of course, Alex thinks Honey Pop is great.
But it didn't say you couldn't play Cards Against Humanity, but I didn't see anything that said you could play it, and I didn't see anybody playing it on stream or on Twitch. So I was like, well, probably should.
You could definitely play it.
That'd be a speedrun way to end my career if Twitch says no.
There must be a way to like filter their responsibility to say you can't play it. And also, no one's probably playing it because the game's like 10, 15 years old.
It's true.
True. Alex goes, I've
So are
played
we
a lot
riding
of
the
Honey
bus?
Pop. Those anime girls got nice titties. Thanks, Alex.
Can't play R-rated Desert Bus. Too much pussy. Shut the fuck up, Aiden. Oh no.
That was an underrated joke.
That's a great joke. Oh, that's funny.
Incredible.
That's a good one.
No, we're not playing Ride the
Oh,
Bus.
man.
I don't have enough booze in my house.
No, good.
Also, that would
I
just
don't
it would not
really
be a
have
podcast
there's a
anymore.
lot of drinking. No, it would just be three degenerates being really drunk.
Modern day fucking
So
idiots.
we talked a little bit about modern day the Guinness Book of fucking. I can't say the other word on Twitch. I don't think
Morons.
that's a Norm Macdonald joke.
Sorry, yes, go on. Brady.
So yeah, we talked a little bit of. No, it's okay. It's okay. We played a little bit more. We talked a little bit more about some other remakes. So that's more for video games. But like, you guys think of any like? I'm drinking.
Liam, are you
A
sleeping?
big spruce.
No,
Are you sure?
He's getting there.
I'm just comfortable because
He's
like
like,
talking to you guys
Here, hold
so
on,
much.
hold on. I'm gonna redeem posture check on Liam's channel here. Hold on.
What?
Posture
Why?
check. There we go.
Why-
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Why you guys trying
And
to
he's
do
gotta hydrate. There we go. Perfect. All right.
Okay, well, I'm hydrating with a Moscow Mule. Fuck you.
how many hours have you been now? 28 or 29?
20. It's like 28 and a half. Just yeah, it'll be 29 if we finish it. It'll be 29 at 10.
29 at 10. All right. Sick. Look at him.
It's
He's
just
getting
nutty.
through. 29 hours awake.
He is. He's getting there. He's getting there. Like we said, he's the one.
It's going to be a
person
hard 7. You understand? There's 7 hours left after this podcast.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's a full shift.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm not you.
Yeah, you still have. Please work.
If you redeem freestyle
Jacob,
on
how good
Liam's
did it feel
channel, will
after
I bring in Haru?
24
Oh
hours
yeah,
sleep?
I'll bring in Haru. It felt well. Okay, so after my 24-hour stream, I don't know what your plan is, Liam. Probably just sleep like the whole day away because you're you. But for me, I took a 1-hour nap after my 24-hour stream, and then I stayed awake the whole day so that I didn't fuck my sleep schedule.
I mean, I'm just sleeping until I have to wake up to shower and then go to work.
That's fair.
That's-
What
I
an
mean, that-
existence.
That's how my sleep schedule would work, though, because I'd wake up before work. So it's just like
That's a lie. He won't shower.
some days I'm like, nah, I have to.
But
Well, yeah,
after a
after
36-hour
36
stream,
hours.
I feel like you surpassed that.
There
that.
was one point in the stream where there was just like, I felt in between my pillow. I was like on my back and my sweater. My sweater was soaking wet and the pillow was quite wet. And it was just like,
All right, so it has been redeemed, Liam. Do you want me to just drop a boombox beat here for you?
No, he redeemed it for the cat.
Oh, he just redeemed it for the cat.
Do you have any money?
I thought it was. Is it for both, Alex, or was it just?
No, because he specifically said,
Yeah, I'm on stream.
if
right
I
now,
redeem
by the way.
freestyle, can I get cat? You can't double dip,
They
Alex.
can't hear you, but
Oh, good.
I'm
He
busy.
says you got a freestyle. Hold on. I got this. If he won't freestyle for you, Alex,
No, it's okay.
we'll
Oh, he
redeem
redeemed
it.
another freestyle. Wait, you
Oh
redeemed.
well.
Oh wait,
Now you have 3 freestyles to do.
2 freestyles.
Do you have?
Wait,
even
what?
need the
No,
phone
okay,
to
I'm not
get in?
freestyling on
Or
the
is it the
podcast.
Wi-Fi that you have?
The podcast is the
No.
podcast. The
The
stream is the
podcast.
stream.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you owe us 2. You owe us
Just,
2
give me
freestyles
half
once
an
we're
hour
done
to
with
Sure.
the podcast.
Sure.
All right. So we talked about some remakes. Then in that case, do you guys want to talk about any good remakes, movie remakes, anything like that, or should we move on to the next topic?
Sorry, I'm
Great
back.
answer.
Let's move on. I don't watch movies.
All right. Oh, okay, you don't watch movies. That's great because our next topic is also about movies.
Perfect. Inform me. Let me know.
No, this just in a similar vein because I was on I've been on a kick of reading news stories that make me mad or watching movies that make me mad. Adaptations, specifically video games to movies, always bad. Always bad. And I say this because I watched not Resident Evil. I watched Mortal Kombat, the new movie. And,
Pixels with Adam Sandler.
Technically not actually a video game movie. I know Pac-Man's in it, but Pac-Man's in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Is that a video game movie now?
What do you mean? It's absolutely a video game adaptation.
Is it?
Do you know? Did Pac-Man and Space Invaders and shit in real life? They adapted.
Braden, I think Braden's saying like like video game 2 movie, not like a video game theme in a movie, because there's no video game that's Pac-Man, Space Invaders, fucking
And Adam
There
Sandler.
absolutely is the Namco collection joystick.
joystick. The
So
SpongeBob joystick game.
why is the movie called
Like-
Joystick? The Namco Collection joystick.
It's called Pixels because the Pac-Man's made of pixels.
Was there even a Mortal Kombat movie? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so it just
There's
came
been
out
a
pretty
few.
recently on HBO Max. It's also it's not the first. There was another one in the '90s that I watched a lot as a kid that I actually quite liked.
What do they? What do
and
they
there's
do?
a lot of
Just
really bad
fight?
ones. Yeah, well, that's the crazy thing, Jacob. So it was a bad movie, but I did enjoy it. There's some fun fatalities. It's pretty brutal at parts. The main character sucks ass. I did see Assassin's Creed Alex. It's bad. It's very bad. I didn't like it. It was very boring. Yeah, no, I agree.
Hey, Michael Fassbender's a gem.
He's a good actor, but he wasn't in that movie. It was very boring.
That's
the very
writer's
boring.
fault.
I mean, sure, but he was phoning it in.
Either way,
I think
I can agree with you that video game to movie is not a good medium. That switch shouldn't happen.
we don't talk about the Hitman movies, Hayden. We don't talk about those here. I've seen both of them, and I hate both of them, but I hate one of them more than the other.
I was gonna say, is there Hitman movies? But I just remembered that there is, isn't there? I've never like
in name only.
I've seen the trailers, but I've never like seen it further. I didn't know if they were a real thing.
You know how like the Hitman games are kind of wacky and funny, and it's like, oh, Agent 47's wearing a funny suit, and he's sneaking in to beat a guy with a crowbar that he throws and it bends 90 degrees around a corner. Yeah, they just take that really fun concept and premise and just turn it into like the most boring action movies ever. And it's kind of upsetting because Hitman's such like a wonderful sandbox of a game, and I feel like you could make like an entertaining movie out of that.
Nice.
But
interesting.
they really just don't.
I've never Alex, I don't watch movies because who has time for that, first of all? And Video Game Nerd has just started Hitman 3 the game. Is that the new one?
How is it?
That is the new one, right?
No, the new one's just called Hitman, isn't it?
See, that's the thing
I
I
think it's called
have.
Hitman 3.
That's the problem I have with Hitman games is I don't fucking know what Hitman games are what because they don't have Hitman 1, 2, 3. It's like Hitman, Absolution, Hitman, Hitman,
Blood Money.
Hitman. I'm like, what the fuck? Where are we? Where
Because
are
there was
we?
3 Hitmans, and then there was Hitman, and then there's been more Hitmans since.
There was 4 Hitmans, and I think there was another Hitman, and then there's been 2 Hitmans since that one. Which
And one of those 2 Hitmans since is called Hitman 3, when it's the 5th or 6th Hitman.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. Hayden just said it. I was literally able to bring it up. You beat me by 1 second. The naming convention of the Battlefield series
It's not that bad.
Mind-boggling. Are you fucking kidding me, Liam?
There's way worse series. Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on. We're pulling up. We're pulling up all the names in the franchise.
I can name them in order right now. It goes Battlefield, Battlefield 2, Bad Company, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5.
There's many more than that.
There might be some like not up, but those are like all the main entries. I doubt I missed any main entries.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's
Battlefield
pretty bad.
1942, Battlefield Vietnam, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2142, Battlefield Bad Company, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and then the new Battlefield game, which should be called Battlefield 6 and is set to be a slightly in the future game sequel to Battlefield 4. What would you call that? Apparently, they're just going to call it Battlefield.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because you're fighting on a battlefield, dumbass.
But the naming convention just goes, oh, the goddamn window. And I get it. You have a Battlefield game set around the First World War, right? Why in the fuck? Like, I get it. It makes sense to call it Battlefield 1, but like maybe Battlefield like World War 1 instead of Battlefield 1, which is a game that like already exists.
Battlefield
No,
1914.
Battlefield 1 does not exist. Battlefield exists.
But that's what I'm saying. It's such a confusing naming convention.
No, because I'm not confused by it.
I'm not confused, so it's not confusing. I've studied it. I'm not confused, so
Are
it's
you
not
saying I'm the
confusing at all.
pinnacle of human knowledge? That
Well,
I'm
I'm saying you're a
above
chode.
exceptional. I'm saying you guys are like, it don't go in order, it wrong, and I angry at them.
Well, you can understand why anybody would be angry because it doesn't go in
No, I
order.
can't, because it's
You
numbers.
can't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 1 and then 5? I don't even know. I'm confused. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. Right? Right. That shouldn't happen.
I'm saying who cares what it's called? It's either a good game or it's not.
Well, it's hard to remember. If I'm trying to tell somebody, I like Battlefield 1. They're like, which one is that again? I wish I knew what game you were talking about. Sorry, I like Battlefield that came out in 2020 because that is more helpful than Battlefield 1 or Battlefield. Like, I hate that I have to say Hitman from 2013. It should be, I like Hitman 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Hitman's definitely worse than Battlefield. But what I'm saying is, how many times, like, how many times does this happen where it deserves this much mental anguish inside your brain? The fact that neurons are dedicated to being displeased with the
It doesn't.
franchising of a series.
It doesn't like. It's not like that. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I know that they have like multi-million, $2 billion marketing companies working on these naming conventions, right? Like you don't think EA has like a significant portion of resources just dedicated to like, oh, what are we gonna name these stupid games, right?
No,
What's
I
gonna be
don't
the
think
most
they don't
marketable
have.
name?
They don't know how to fucking make multiplayer work. They release every game a year early, full of bugs. I don't think
That's
they.
true.
I think they throw darts at the names.
We have
And
fuck
sometimes they hit
EA
the
on the
same one.
docket today. Don't you worry. We'll get to fuck EA shortly. um, but like like it makes me mad that it's like there's money that goes into naming these things, and you still pick like the worst possible names.
That's what I'm
You know
saying
what I
though. Is
mean?
I don't care what it's called. There's way bigger issues with this games than what's on the cover.
No, I agree. I agree. But I'm just saying, it's like if you can't even get the names right, then like, what are you doing?
No.
So
Not much, apparently.
apparently not. So speaking of EA and being shitty and doing everything wrong, fuck EA. All my homies hate EA. For some reason, and this is all categorized on the MC Double 36-hour stream extravaganza. We have had so much trouble just getting like a squad together for Battlefield 1. Like an insane, an actual measurable amount of trouble trying to get it running. Last night we had like we couldn't, I couldn't join Liam's game. He wasn't online to me, but I was online to him, but he couldn't send invites to me and I wouldn't receive them. And we had to figure it out for like 20 minutes to finally get a way that like worked to be able to play. I'm just like, EA, what are you doing? And also Origin is just the worst. I hate having Origin integrated with my games.
Do you know what the worst part of all that was?
Yeah.
They named it Battlefield 1. See what I'm saying?
It's
See
up
what
there.
see what
It's
I
up there.
understand?
It's up there. It's up there.
So I have another question, and it's kind of related to the Battlefield naming
Mhm.
scenario. But why is it like Call of Duty makes more money than Battlefield? Regardless. But why the fuck their naming scheme is kind of confusing too. Probably less confusing than
There's
Battlefield. But why the fuck is there not a company that can just put out names like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or
Mhm.
just give them
There
all
is.
standalone names? If you're gonna use numbers, make them make sense.
No,
Or
but there is.
don't
But you just
What,
don't
fucking
think of
use
them
them.
because they made sense.
you didn't
Kingdom
like when they
Hearts,
did
Final
Black
Fantasy.
Ops 1 through 4 and then suddenly just did Black Ops Cold War?
Yes, exactly.
Even though 4, a numbered game, had nothing to do with the first 3.
And Liam, I understand you're like the Final Fantasy series. Great, that's great. That's phenomenal. Good for them. Their games suck, but that's whatever. You know, at least they know how to use 1 through 20. Like Call of Duty, you're not off the hook. Call of Duty, Battlefield fucked up, but so did you. So did you. I can't believe the audacity. If you're gonna use numbers, use them how numbers work, not whenever the fuck you feel like it. I'm
It is
pissed.
pretty crazy.
I'm pissed.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. It just doesn't make sense. It does, again, it doesn't, it's not even something I significantly think about. It's just one of those things when it's like I see a new game announced and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? you guys should have names down better than this, right?
You'd think they'd
Like, you
plan
should understand
ahead.
this better.
Once they got to like Call of Duty
Just a little
5
bit.
and 6, and they're like, oh, we're actually getting some Steam. Let's plan ahead. You know, even if you plan ahead 2 years. I know they're putting out like a game a year or something. But like, you know, once you get to like Call of Duty 8, and you're like, okay, we have money. We're gonna at least make up to Call of Duty 14. Sorry, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I mean, that's a number somewhere. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why the fuck are they allowed to do that? I mean, obviously it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But what the hell? If you're gonna use numbers at all, why bother just not using them how they work?
It's a good question.
See, I don't know. I usually have very
Ghost is
strong
number 20
opinions on very pedantic issues, and this one just does not bother me.
Well, I mean, like realistically, it doesn't bother me. Like I live my life normally like 100% fine without worrying about this issue. But since we're talking about it, it's just like what the fuck. You shouldn't be able to use numbers if you can't count to 20.
It's pretty much the main reason I'm like playing it up a little now too, is because we are on a podcast and I want like something to talk about. But like, yeah, I do have that opinion, but yeah, it doesn't like affect me. I'm not like going to sleep at night thinking those bastards called it Battlefield 1. What the fuck is wrong with them? And I can't sleep till 3 in the morning. But you know what I mean? Like, it just fucks me up. I don't like it. I don't like it. When I think about it, it makes me mad. You know what I mean? Like when I see that they're releasing a Battlefield game called Battlefield, that's it. It's like, why?
So Hayden made a good point. Isn't that rocket from the Chinese rocket supposed to come to land like today or tomorrow?
Rocket Watch is also on the docket today. I'm like waiting for a news article to update.
Because I heard that was supposed to hit ground today.
Like an hour or two ago. It was like, oh, it's going to be from, debris from Chinese rocket expected to fall tonight, an hour ago.
Epic. Look at Liam's sanity just crumbling as he flicks open and close his glasses.
Yeah, he's losing it on here. For real. The rocket docket. That I should have named the file that.
Hayden makes a good point. How wasn't the most recent Fallout 76?
Yeah,
they've just fucked themselves. But like
but that's different. That's different.
See, but that one I kind of understand a bit because like at least that one. I mean, Fallout 76, as far as I'm concerned, was a garbage game from what I heard. But
that's why it doesn't bother me at all.
Again, they went from okay, well, we could argue that Call of Duty's shit too, but you know, realistically, the number thing doesn't matter. But at least they went Fallout 4 to Fallout 76. Obviously, you're not gonna be like, oh, so before that was Fallout 75, right? No, and at least the number again, and it's it correlates to something. I don't know, was it a year?
I think it's Fallout 76, but no, but that's different though. That's different than these other topics because Fallout 76 isn't the next Fallout game. It's not like a standalone. It's not what Fallout 5 would have been. It's extra shit they never had time to add to Fallout 4. Basically, the multiplayer aspects. So they just released it as its own little standalone title.
Right, and I mean, again, that's kind of okay because at least it's not Fallout, Cold War, and then Fallout, 1, and then Fallout, 1916. That would piss me off.
The next Fallout's going to be Fallout 5. And is it going to bother you that it went 4, 76, 5? 76 isn't part of that series.
No, that's fine. I'm in agreement with you that it's a standalone, separate game. Liam, I feel like Liam is pissed on the opposite scheme here.
Liam's like fanboying for the naming convention.
He's like, no, they should use numbers the wrong way.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the Fallout 76 was a shit game. So the least of my concerns is the numbers 7 and 6 beside the Fallout title.
Fair enough.
Liam's
loopy and just wants to fight.
See, but Liam normally is more aggressive, like at least for a front. This time he's just on the wrong side, and he's like, "Well, it doesn't bother me." It's like, yeah, it doesn't bother me either.
See, how's that the wrong side?
What do you mean? How's it the wrong side? Tell me the Call of Duty number scheme doesn't make sense or does make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense. I'm just saying it's the least of Call of Duty's problems.
Well, it shouldn't be.
No, it's fair. You got a point. So on to our next point, which I guess kind of ties in with this last topic of naming conventions seeming very unoriginal. Are we running out of our original ideas? Like,
No.
do you think we're getting to a point now where like we're hitting a creative peak? Like we've done most of the shit we're gonna get done. Everything's just gonna be another iteration of itself from here on out.
No, because original work reflects the time period in which it was made. So as time advances, new original pieces advance.
Mm-hmm. But wouldn't it also be fair to say that a lot of things are inspired by other things, and that especially art, right? And that through time, you're only going to be iterating off of other things in different ways, sure, and it's going to be more reflective of a current time period. But
Well, are you talking art or like stories or songs?
I'm talking mainly like everything. Basically, I feel like we've hit a point now where we're like, not necessarily, we're not there yet. Like things, there's still like some new stuff happening, but at the same time, but the weird thing is, and this is also another point I wanted to get to, is like it's weirdly like more in like niche internet shit that I'm seeing like more actual original ideas, right? As opposed to like, I feel like every movie I watch, it's like, oh, it's a reboot of a franchise, or it's like it's another movie where a person looks around at the golden hour a lot and there's some swelling music playing. I watched Nomadland recently, and that's all that movie is. You know what I mean? Just like it's a similar thing. It's similar to something else.
But like,
I don't know.
what do you consider an original idea? Because like, modern day Morons podcast that might have been thought of by. I mean, obviously we're not just talking about the podcast here, but like,
Mhm.
there's so many fucking people in the world, and the number's only going up. So
Scary.
surely somebody, let's say in India, you have the next great business idea and it booms and it's great. Who's to say somebody didn't think about that 2 years ago, but it was some teenager in India who thought about it in their own language and it never worked, or they didn't try because they didn't have the opportunities that you do.
Mhm.
Is it an original idea anymore because somebody else thought of it 2 years ago? Like, I see what you're saying, but how do we debate? Like, you're never gonna know if
No,
your idea
exactly.
is original. Who knows? Who knows?
You can't run out of original stuff just as technology and society advances, new ideas form. Like you can't think of every thought, draw every painting, write every story there is to do.
Mhm. So, as a counter to that, then, do you think we're at a point now where people are, or at least for let's focus on movies or something, for example, or even video games, right? Back to kind of remakes and things like that, or reboots or whatever, right? Is that, do you think that like a lot of the corporations and things like that that are producing this media are more interested in just getting that like nostalgia bucks? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As
that's
opposed to
exactly
like
it. It's a
yeah.
business, and they have something that's certified to make them money, so they're gonna cash that check as many times as they can until they don't get a return on it. Like, why take a risk when you have guaranteed money? Look at Marvel.
No,
Marvel,
exactly. And
like Disney's not trying to make other random movies. They're like, superhero movie, money.
no, it's true. It's true. We've got like 5 different iterations of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like in the last couple of years. Like it's just the way it works. We're on Batman like 7.
Are we though? Or are we on Batman Arkham Asylum? Who knows?
Oh boy. Who's the best Spider-Man? That's a tough question.
No, it's
Peter
not.
Parker.
I mean, like, no,
So
because like my nostalgic answer is Toby, but like I think
you
Tom
can't say
Holland's
Tom
pretty damn
Holland.
good.
No, Tom Holland's the worst.
Really?
Andrew Garfield's better than
Fuck
Tom
that. No,
Holland.
Andrew Garfield's like, I'm a cool skater teen who doesn't even get bullied by like the Flash
No,
Thompson
there
of the
was more
universe.
emotion
Fuck
in
that.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Tom
Mm-mm.
Holland, no, Tom Holland's just basic. He's just exactly the archetype they wanted him to be in Marvel.
Which is to say, a perfect Spider-Man.
How's he a perfect
He's
Spider-Man?
got you there.
No, well,
He's
like
just that he's just the clumsy character art. Like
because he's Spider-Man. Look, that's like one of Spider-Man's big things in the comics, though. It's like at least early on. It's like he's a kid. He's a stupid kid, especially in like the
so the
Ultimate
best
comics, which
Spider-Man is the one that's most close to the comics. You're
in
saying.
terms of adaptation, yeah.
Okay, well, that wasn't the question. The question is who's the best Spider-Man, not who's the best adaptation of
Like
Spider-Man.
I said, I can't answer it like outright because, like I said, I have too much nostalgic value for Tobey Maguire. If I were to like answer right away, it's probably Tobey Maguire because Spider-Man 1 and 2 are like two of my favorite movies ever made. I even really like Spider-Man 3. I still defend that movie to this day. I think that's a fun movie. I think it's stupid, but it's fun. But like I I just I don't know. I there's something I respect about Tom Holland and his Spider-Man, and I'm excited to see where the story goes as he like kind of grows with the character, as the character kind of grows with him. You know what I mean?
There's no, I don't see where there is to grow except where Disney wants to make the most money.
I mean, like, I don't
Like,
give a fuck about
think about
Spider-Man. I
think
think
about
Tom
how
Holland was the best Spider-Man.
okay, but think about how Tom Holland's Spider-Man was introduced. He didn't need to be in Civil War. It made no sense for him to be in Civil War. Yeah, we're gonna have this massive fight at the airport with the most powerful superheroes. But oh yeah, we also just acquired the rights to Spider-Man. Let's throw some high schooler in that fight against the most powerful heroes on Earth. Because what we own him now, and it'll make
At
extra
least
money.
they at least they do a meta joke about it. But yeah, I don't know. I think that is also kind of weird. But at the same time, I'll never forget being in theaters watching Civil War and having like everybody go fucking ape shit when like Queens popped up on the screen in big bold letters. Like I
Oh
don't
well,
know.
you did not tell me they had the word Queens in big bold letters. Tom Holland might have to be the best Spider-Man.
No, I'm not saying that's like the reason that he's the best part. I'm just saying that it's like, yeah, it was
Do you know why
stupid,
they
but
were
it was fan
hyped? Because
servicey.
Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire did the legwork. They
No,
walked so Tom Holland could fly.
I like Andrew Garfield as an actor. Social Network is legitimately one of my favorite movies ever made. Like probably my number one. But his Spider-Man sucks ass, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is
His
the worst Spider-Man movie ever made.
That's the thing. I'm not saying they're good movies. I'm just saying it's a better Spider-Man than Tom Holland's
But is
Spider-Man.
it Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? The whole reason he starts as Spider-Man is to just go and like beat the fucking shit out of criminals because like someone killed his uncle and he wants revenge. That should never be like the impetus for a Spider-Man. It shouldn't be like, I want to go get revenge for my uncle and maybe kill someone. There's a
Okay,
point
so
in that movie where he says to a guy after being a dick and like shooting him with 100 webs, he looks at his arm for the tattoo and he goes, oh, this you're lucky. This could have gotten a whole lot worse.
okay, so here, so now it's a double-sided coin because you just went on like, I wonder if we're out of original ideas, and now you're punishing the Amazing Spider-Man for taking a creative risk with Spider-Man, trying to do
Okay,
something original.
but no, there's a difference though. There's creative risks, yeah, and I'd say that like the MCU Spider-Man takes some creative risks. He's still in high school. He's still
He
like
takes
doing
the least. They play the safest. Disney always plays the safest thing possible to save mates money.
when they killed Spider-Man. I know it was only for a movie, but still.
They killed like everyone. That's not a risk.
Does playing safe make it the worst though?
No.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is in an adaptation, right? You don't and again, it's not just oh, this is the best adaptation or not, but I'm saying like when you're doing Spider-Man, there are key characteristics that you have to make for Spider-Man. I have a big Spider-Man painting like right there. Right on the other side of the room that you can't see in a
Is,
photo. But
is
like I
Tom
love
Holland's
Spider-Man.
face under the suit?
No, it's run from the Amazing Spider-Man comics from the 2000s with a bunch of signatures from the artists and writers. Um, anyway, but it's just like there are things you shouldn't do. Like Spider-Man shouldn't be a revengeful character. He should be hopeful. He should know that with great power comes great responsibility, and he should try his best to be a good person. But like I just think with the way they do it in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, it doesn't work for me. It feels the same way that it feels for like the Superman in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman.
I agree. That's a garbage Superman. But Tom Holland's Spider-Man is so boring. There's nothing exciting. I'm bored when I watch him. He's just a kid who's like just he barely knows what he's doing. He's
That's
always
why
incompetent. Like he just gets all this weird technology from fucking Iron Man, and they shoehorn him into Civil War just to make more money. I don't see how that's authentic. I don't see how that like they didn't develop the character properly. They put him in as quick and as fast as possible to make the most money. So I don't see how you can say that's the best Spider-Man or the best adaptation or the best film version of Spider-Man.
But my thing is that they're developing him very well. He's inexperienced, and again, that's why I like him. He's inexperienced. He's literally like 16 in the newest movie. I think like he's still like a 16 or 17-year-old. It's like they're doing. Yeah, I know. Jacob has nothing to say about Spider-Man.
Oh, I have something to say. It's that, just because I just feel that Tom Holland is the most enjoyable Spider-Man to me personally.
That's fair. That's fair. He
But
can be the
Liam,
most
you're
dramatic
arguing that they're what are you arguing is the best? What is the best quality? Because to me, it's the most enjoyable, and Tom Holland is by far the most enjoyable Spider-Man. Fuck the other
Okay.
guys, they suck. I don't care. Fuck them.
Okay.
They suck.
Okay,
Okay.
the Toby slander.
Okay, so like two things. One, have you seen all the other Spider-Man movies? Probably not. And
I
I'm not holding
I
that
don't think
against
I've
you.
seen. I don't think I've seen the Garfield one.
Okay. I think what I'm basing my judgment of the best Spider-Man on is like the deepness of the character, like the richness, the art, the like how many levels that Spider-Man has almost like the layers. And I just with Tom Holland it just feels so flat. It feels like there's little growth. It's just the same every Spider-Man movie with just the only thing that changes is his surroundings, not him. And so I just find it boring to watch. He's enjoyable, he's likable, and they're fun movies, but there's nothing like it's all surface level to me, I find.
But your problem with Tom or with Tom Holland as Spider-Man is that he's too clumsy and he's just a kid. But
He's not too clumsy. He just it's like it doesn't there's not much more beyond that is what I'm saying. Like he's not a bad Spider-Man. I'm not saying he's terrible and I don't think he was badly cast. I just think out of the three, I rank him the lowest.
okay, and I'm not defending like you can hate an actor or I don't care. I find him the most enjoyable because I think it's the best story arc to me. Like I think it's probably also partially due to age and it's relatable to some degree, but I think as a character, I think Spider-Man should be like this kid who has no fucking clue what's going on. I mean, some guy just got bit by a spider and then all of a sudden he's capable as far as the lore goes of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? I don't think like you shouldn't be well adjusted to that. You should be fucking confused as far as your character goes.
But I also feel like he got a head start because they didn't have to tell the Spider-Man story with him. Like because they've told it twice already. So they just skip past all that, He got a head start and he got more movies, he got more budget. So like these are all things that are going to make him seem better, but I just feel like there's less depth to him. Less character personally.
As a counterpoint, just to say, yes, it is cool like to see Spider-Man with the Avengers and stuff. And yeah, that probably bumps him up in my book a little bit. You know what I mean? But I feel like Jacob said, yeah, it's okay for him to be a little clumsy. He's in over his head. He's a child who got bit by a spider and now he's doing Spider-Man stuff. But like I feel like with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, you keep saying he has no growth or anything like that, but his whole first movie is about like actually learning what it means to be responsible. You know what I mean? It's like, sure, Uncle Ben's not there to say the line. You know what I mean? Say the line, Bart. But like, he's not there for that. And I'm glad he's not, because I would have hated to have to watch Uncle Ben die for like the third time, right? But he learns that same lesson in a different way in that movie. You know what I mean? It's like that. But he does. That's the whole point of the movie. It's like
But look at Far From Home. He just gives he completely falls for Mysterio's trap. Gives him the Stark technology. Like it just seems like every
you
movie.
know how
is just
charming
him.
Jake Gyllenhaal is. Let's be
Yes,
real. You'd give him those glasses too.
Yes, I would do a lot of things for Jake Gyllenhaal. But what I'm saying is, my main point is, it's like every movie is just he's always out of his element. He's never comfortable, and maybe that's part of his character. But there's never much before that. Like you never see him actually be like a confident, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man." He's always just like, "I guess I'm Spider-Man."
What about the scene where he has to lift all the rubble and he's like, come on, Peter, and he's like, come on, Spider-Man, and he like lifts like 1,000 pounds of rubble. That shit was sick.
Yeah, but was that like I don't know? Was that him or was that his suit? Like
He was in his sweatpants suit. Tony had taken away the suit from him because he had to learn a lesson.
And then the next season, he's sending or the next movie, he's sending drones after
to
his
kill high
classmates
schoolers.
and giving to and like I don't know. It just he always seems like there's a lot less depth and just I don't know, less of an art. It seems like it's just I guarantee the next Spider-Man movie, he's gonna be out of his element.
Probably. And then, but the thing is, imagine by the end of the Tom Holland run, and he's like at the end of it, he is that confident Spider-Man. Isn't
Yeah,
that going to feel earned and like pretty sick? It's like we got to see him over like 10 movies become like.
yeah, but no other Spider-Man got 10 movies or that budget or that cast
But
or
that's what
that.
I'm saying. This is like a unique way to tell a Spider-Man story, and yeah, it might seem a little slower on the development, but it's just because of the other thing. But anyway, Alex wants it to be. Alex wants to change the subject here. So it's fair. Again, I love Tobey Maguire. I think Tobey Maguire rocks. I don't think Andrew Garfield's portrayal is great, but I love him as an actor, and I think Tom Holland's like really good. But we need a little more time to see how he develops fully. He hasn't even finished a trilogy yet, and he's only had a couple of minutes in Endgame and Infinity War and Civil War, right? So anyway, the argument ain't going anywhere, as Alex said. So Alex said he liked Captain Marvel. How do you guys feel about that one? Have you seen that one, Jacob?
I don't fucking care. I
Fair
haven't seen
enough.
it. I heard it sucked, but
Yeah, yeah, it was okay.
It
I
probably
wasn't
got
like,
more hate from like incels,
oh, it
but it
absolutely
probably
did.
was still not a great movie.
It wasn't very enjoyable. I am like a fanboy for Marvel, Captain America, Spider-Man, more Spider-Man up there, a Deadpool comic. Like I love Marvel. I'm a big stupid Marvel fan, but like that movie was pretty boring. I did not really like it that much.
Honestly, one of the best Marvel movies, the first Ant-Man.
I 100% agree. Underrated as hell.
It's heavily slept on. It's very enjoyable, very funny. Paul Rudd is great in it, and it was just one of those ones that did make a lot of money. It made a lot of money, but comparatively, it's one of the better ones. It's what I'd watch that over over Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3, over Thor 1 or 2, like over the Hulk.
Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Alex makes a good
I didn't
point.
like the second one. The second one fell off for me way hard.
I think I
Low-key
watched
like
it,
it
but I
more.
don't really remember it, to be honest. I mean, like, you guys seem to remember and, take
So
in these movies that you watch. I watched it and I immediately forget it. Like, I couldn't even tell you what movies I've watched in the last 5 years, let alone of the Marvel or yeah, we'll go with Marvel. Of the Marvel
I
cinematic
have
universe. Like
sorry.
I watch shit and I'm like, all right, cool. And that's it. That's all that happens.
I have one secret talent in my life, and it's only one, and it's that I have, for some reason, like a photographic memory with pop culture shit. I can remember like every fucking movie and like all the shit I read through on IMDb when I was like 14 and had no friends and just like would scroll through IMDb for hours. Like I was a weirdo. I also don't remember the last hour of Return of the King.
So
I kind of lost my mind.
here's something to do with my lack of critical observation or judgment of movies. Like, so I watched the Mulan movie.
Ooh, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. That's the thing.
Okay.
Like, I watch movies and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I literally can't be fucking asked. Like, I don't care about. I mean, to be fair, I watched it before the big reviews came out and shit like that. But like, I was like, yeah, it's all right. I'm cool with it. And then I see other reviews are like it's dog shit, horrible. I'm like, I thought it was all right. I'm cool with it.
My only thing I wish they did with it, I haven't seen it, but I wanted. What's the dragon character's name that Eddie Murphy played in the original Disney one?
Oh,
Mufasa.
nope. Close.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, Alex. Reviews don't bother me at all. But like, I feel like I don't have like critical thinking when it comes to movies. I'm like, yeah, it was entertaining, I guess. I don't give a fuck about the
No,
story. I'm not there for the story.
I feel like the same way though as Alex does. It's reviews are useful, especially if there's like a certain critic that you find you like agree with a lot of the time or something. But like In short, critics will be able to point out professional critics will be able to point out like more like structural issues with plots of films and things like that that other people probably won't even notice, right? And it's like, yeah, they'll tear the movie down to like its every last fucking atom to like make
Step
sure they
Brothers has
know
a terrible critic review.
exactly. And that's a movie I love. You know, there's a lot of great movies that have like horrible reviews because like they just didn't land for certain critics. And like, I don't know, if you enjoy a movie, you enjoy a movie.
I think critics are
Don't.
fucking losers, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
If I saw somebody with movie critic on their resume, I would probably spit in their face. I wouldn't do that. That's super disrespectful.
Maybe I won't start my critic blog.
No, but like, I mean, again, obviously people have opinions, and if you're known for your opinions, that's great and all. But like, somebody's opinion on something does not change my opinion whatsoever, regardless of if they're known for their opinions. I don't care if my brain found that a good way to spend an hour or two. Fuck what you say.
Yeah,
But Jake, you also said you're not like huge on the story, which I think most critics, that's like one of their main focal points. It's like, does the story make sense? Was it a good story? So if you're just in there for a good time, then critic reviews aren't as important to you, which is cool because it's like you're just there for like an enjoyable 2 hours. You're not looking for like a fucking hardcore story that you'll think about later kind of thing.
Yeah, I just can't imagine going into something and being like, I can't wait to tear this shit apart. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
I
weird.
I seek my life. The way I lead my life is to seek enjoyment. I can't imagine being like, I'm going to spend $20 to go to the movie theater. I'm going to watch this movie and I'm going to write fucking notes and tear this shit apart. Can you imagine being so miserable? Fuck that.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know Your Movie Sucks on YouTube?
No.
No, he's like the definition of like the miserable critic. And he's from Vancouver. I think he's Canadian, but like his whole thing is he just like has a series called Your Movie Sucks, and he's like very critical, and he only likes like big dumb art movies. You know what I mean? It's like I just can't like. I like watching stupid shit. You know what I mean? I even like watching bad movies. I enjoy watching a bad movie as long as it entertains me in some way. CinemaSins is quite literally the worst thing to happen to like film criticism and the conversation around.
I disagree. I disagree completely.
Really?
CinemaSins doesn't take itself seriously. Like a lot of the flaws they point out is just random bullshit, and they're like, yeah, it's just random bullshit. Like they're not trying to destroy movies because they do it on like movies they love as well. They like just like pointing out small things. I don't watch a lot of CinemaSins, but it's
The
like
Kung Pao fight scene is incredible.
it's
Sorry.
interesting. It's like interesting to see things like you. It's more so like stuff you missed.
I can agree with that. I mean, like
They're not like tearing movies apart.
I've watched CinemaSins movies before, and I see it as like almost sarcastic in a way of the way they
Yeah, it's like tongue in
deconstruct
cheek.
movies. It's like,
It
you
is
know,
tongue in cheek. I'll give you that. But
they kissed their stepsister. That's a sin. It's like, well,
Yeah.
obviously, but you know, it's weird. It's just like I don't see them as actual critics, but at the same time, I know they spend the same amount of time, if not more, watching a movie that critics do. So,
But I mean, they found a super successful lane on YouTube where they make a shit ton of money.
I to go along with what Hayden and oh, never mind. I lost my thought. It's gone. It's gone forever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's no right or wrong way to like look at a movie, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people do take CinemaSin stuff seriously to a degree, and it's like even if they don't, it's just like I feel like the language used in those, even if it is tongue in cheek and sarcastic, has like been picked up by a lot of other YouTubers who maybe didn't interpret that properly, or like are trying to do the same thing but not very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's led
'cause
to
I
like
think-
a lot of shitty film criticism
Because
online.
they think that CinemaSins is successful because they're pointing out the flaws in the movie.
Exactly.
Where it's more so
exactly.
like I find CinemaSins successful and as in they're pointing out things in the movie you didn't notice on 4 or 5 watch throughs. And that's what I find interesting. I'll be like, oh, I never thought of that, or I never actually noticed that. Because a lot of things too they pick out is like they pick out the same stuff for like every movie where it's just like this wouldn't be physically possible. And it's like, of course not, it's movie magic. But
It's
they
a
know that
movie,
they're not
yeah.
like this movie was bad because you can't physically do that. And I liked it too when like they showed like one of the best scenes in the movie and they just take off like 20 scenes. They're like, holy shit, that because then it adds more weight when they like really give credit to a scene.
We should not talk about Grave of the Fireflies here. This is a happy fun time,
I've
and
never
we
heard of Grave of the Fireflies.
don't watch
Ghibli.
it.
Studio Ghibli.
Oh,
It
I've never
will
watched any
ruin your
Studio Ghibli.
fucking week. It will ruin your fucking week.
You've never watched any Ghibli?
No, the only two I know is My Neighbor Totoro and
Totoro, bro.
Totoro and Spirited Away.
Says it like
My
a
neighbor
white
John
guy.
Totoro.
I mean, Liam,
I was
I
in
know
Transformers.
Liam, I know you're kind of
And
like
Big Laugh.
anti-anime, but like you
Wrong,
should 100%
I didn't like
watch.
Ponyo.
You
I'm
should
not
100%
anti-anime.
watch Ghibli movies.
See, the
They're
thing is
all
that-
worth watching.
At least
Well, maybe not all.
Spirited Away.
The thing is, here's the thing. I respect anime. It's a great art form, and I know there's lots of good stories and animation to be told. My problem is, knowing me, I'd go down that rabbit hole too hard. And look at me. I have a fedora, this shit, and Rick and Morty on. I don't need to be a weeb as well.
So
okay?
Liam is anti-anime not because he hates it, but because he knows he would love it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like I think there's some great animes, and I
Oh,
can see
buddy.
myself just watching like 300
Oh,
episodes.
buddy,
of
you
something.
haven't even scratched the surface. Anime's
I
so
know.
fucking good.
I know.
I'm not even gonna cap
100%
here.
believe-
I'm not even gonna cap, boys. I spend
And I
way
don't
too
even
much
hold it
time
against
watching
you.
anime.
Yeah,
Anime
that's
is
the thing is I waste my
anime is
time on everything else.
gas. I don't watch movies. I watch anime.
I'm not
Yeah.
big on anime. I've liked some of the Ghibli films. I really like Akira. There was like a show I watched one time that I kind of liked. There's like some shonen
Pokemon's a great
stuff.
one.
Dragon Ball I really liked as a kid, but I haven't watched since. But like, I don't know. I just
It's
can't get
just-
into it. I'm also scared because like there's so many huge seasons and like long arcs.
I watch Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, which is 151 episodes in like a week. So, you know,
It's insane.
there's fucking good content out there. I mean, sure, it's anime, but like, motherfucker, that's just art. That's just art. It's just a drawn TV show.
Jacob, have you seen Assassination Classroom? Because that was the one that got me almost. I almost decided to watch that and get into anime because the premise
See,
of it sounded very interesting.
I watched like the first 2 episodes and I was like, boring. Put it down. Never picked it
Okay.
up. I know people like it and it's probably really good. I never got that far. I've seen a shit ton of shows, but Assassination Classroom was, pardon me, wasn't for me. But I know it's well rated. Sorry, I'm just reading all this anime chat now that we've started it.
It
Wait.
seems like the most recommended anime for begin, or the one I hear is really good, is
What's wrong
not
with Bojack?
people say One Punch Man, but they say that's
Oh,
a bit too heavy.
I
I
like
hear
One Punch Man.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
It's a
is a
good one.
great starter anime.
That's a really good story. One Punch Man's kind of like, I haven't even seen season 2 of One Punch Man. It's kind of like,
I only watched first season.
it's almost like not an anime, to be honest. It's like
It
the
just
most.
feels like a superhero show.
Yeah, it's more of a superhero theme than an anime. Like there's so many animes. I haven't seen, like, I don't watch like the slice of life ones, but I know there's some good ass ones out there that I probably should watch, honestly, because I know it's good content. Like I would enjoy it. I feel like Shay's
But-
probably the guy to ask for that, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, Shay, don't get me wrong. I'm not flaming you. I just know you'll watch whatever.
Correct me if I'm wrong though, but anime doesn't refer to like a genre. It just refers to the style of animation that's like handmade in Japan, right?
Animated TV, basically, is what I mean. I would call anything that's, well, it doesn't have to be hand drawn because it can be like they use fucking 3D. Oh, that shit, it's just garbage. But they use like fucking. There's so many different types now, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, my sister watched Attack on Titan. She's asked me to watch it like 30 times. She watched that one, and she watched that. I don't know what it's called, the volleyball one. I don't know if you guys know, like the volleyball team or something.
Haikyuu.
I don't know.
It's Haikyuu.
I'm gonna let you finish. in a minute, but if we're talking about claymation, the community episode for Christmas, Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas,
God shit.
best claymation of all time.
Oh, we went separate. We went separate on that one.
Attack on Titan.
Wallace and Gromit is better.
Attack on Titan is actually really good. I watched
Community bad.
Hayden, I'll ban you. I can't ban you right now.
ban
I'm
you
not.
too, Hayden.
Community is the best sitcom from NBC. It's better than The Office. It's better than Parks and Rec. Also, Parks and Rec better than The Office. not the first season and a half or so, but Parks and Rec grows way better and gets
Once
way
Mark's gone.
funnier.
Once
Yeah.
Mark Brandanovich is gone, much better show.
Parks and Rec has a higher peak than The Office does. The
Agreed.
Office is more
Also,
consistent, but Parks
The
and Rec
Office
has some
falls
of the
off hard
most.
at the end.
Yes,
Parks
exactly.
doesn't.
Parks finishes strong and it has some of the most hilarious scenes.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
But Community is the best out of all those.
I cannot accept Community slander in this chat.
Although,
here. I'm not gonna lie.
season 4
is awful, but that's because Dan Harmon wasn't involved.
Yeah. And season 5 and 6 weren't as good as the first 3.
But it's hard to regain steam after a fucked up season. And I still think season 6 has some of the funniest jokes in the series. They're few and far between, but they're the hardest that I ever laughed at the show.
It was also hard when Childish Gambino left.
Mm-hmm.
And Chevy Chase.
You know, that actor, Childish Gambino.
Dan Harmon did do Community. He did seasons 1 through 3, and then he did seasons 5 and 6. They fired him for season 4 because.
And the Russo brothers were attached to seasons 2 and 3.
The Russo brothers, yeah, who did the Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War, all that shit. Did a bunch of episodes.
They were also attached to Arrested Development, which is a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Except that after Netflix rebooted it.
Let's not even talk about the Arrested Development.
That's dog shit.
That shit was painful. That shit was painful. It ruined a fantastic show with that, and that hurt my soul a little bit.
So what I've learned is that you guys should probably just, give up on those fucking... Well, actually, I can't say they're bad. I've never watched them. They're probably not bad, but, probably should... I know what you're saying, Liam, that you don't want to be considered a weeb. But
it's not like it's like I have an addictive personality, and I don't care what other people think of me. Clearly, it's just I don't have the time to watch that much anime.
But you do.
I waste my time. No, I waste my time.
You don't have to watch every episode of everything in one go.
No, I wouldn't. But I'd be like, I already waste my time on so much stuff, and I'm not saying anime is wasted time. It's just I can't fit anime into my schedule.
But if it's good, you'll fit it in, and you will not regret fitting it in. It's my thought. And if you don't like it, you just won't fit it in.
But I'm good where I'm at. I got my content. I'm never lacking content.
I'm just trying to improve your life because I know there's good animated shows out there. And I mean, half the guys in chat I know would probably back me on this. There's good shit out there. I mean, even fucking Liam Hagerman, the stud lord himself, has watched Attack on Titan. You can watch Attack on Titan. I know I just totally doxed him, but fuck it, who cares? It's just good. It doesn't matter if it's drawn TV, whatever the fuck. Just because it's not actors on a screen behind a camera doesn't mean it's not good. I've always had that problem with anime being for fucking nerds or whatever. It's like, motherfucker, that took more effort than a TV show did. Somebody had to fucking draw all that,
Yes.
People who like Criminal Minds are way weirder than weebs. I'll say it.
Yeah. No. It's just if I could have traded stuff back in the day that I was into for anime, I probably would. But it's I got my hobbies, I got my interests now, and I don't got a lot of space for. I know anime. There'd be a lot of because I'd watch one, really enjoy it, and then I'd have 8 different series that would interest me and I'd want to watch through. And it's I wouldn't have the time to because especially too a lot of shit I do is I'd listen to podcasts and shit, and that's what shit I do while I do other shit. And anime, I'd have to sit down and watch and read the subtitles and appreciate.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but it's worth it.
That's fair.
I believe you.
I'll say I've never been interested in watching anime, and then I watched Invincible, which is not an anime. It's the new superhero show on Amazon Prime, but it is a cartoon. And for some reason, I really, really loved that, and that made me want to get into anime. And I'm kind of debating it, but again,
what show was
long
it?
Stories, Invincible on Amazon Prime. It's fantastic. Fully recommend it to everybody watching right now. If you're into superhero shows and you can handle a bit of gore,
I think Attack on Titan would be a good one for people to get into. The most recent season is fucking nuts. Blows your mind.
I've heard a lot of good things. A lot of good things.
I watched it and I got bored of it in the past, and then I revisited it with the moderator over there, and we rewatched season 2, 3, and caught up to the most recent one. It's just pretty good. I don't know. Demon Slayer is really good too. Attack on Titan.
My sister keeps trying to get me to watch it. She's like, it's the best show I've watched.
I know you're saying you don't have time for it, but like, it's better than a YouTube video. Every day, all fucking day, baby. It's just good. Like,
Yeah.
that shit is fucking to a T made well. But of course, a lot of things,
No, I respect that.
unless you know how to, download shit, some things are hard to get. But like old Hickory Ham Ike there said, 2-week Crunchyroll free trial. You can fit all that shit in your life. Hayden, the Titans do have skin. It's just the big fucker, the colossal Titan that doesn't have skin. I don't know why. I actually don't know why he doesn't
I
have
thought
skin.
Crunchyroll was free.
It is
No.
free, but things are free for everybody during a certain window, and then once they've passed that window, they go back into premium. So if you got premium, you could probably watch all of the old stuff. But if you would have watched Attack on Titan from release to now, you would have been able to watch it.
Mhm.
Premium gets 1 week ahead. So they get it the week it comes out, or the weekend, or whatever that it comes out. Day it comes out, you can watch it if you have premium. And you can watch anything in the past. But some shows, probably Attack on Titan, are locked behind premium because they've passed that free window. So it's a
Okay.
good way they do it. Like, if you're keeping up with an active season, premium gets it the day it comes out, and then a week after it comes out, non-premium gets it for like 4 months. And then it gets gets locked back in premium. So you can follow a new show, but you're going to be a week behind at all times, and you wouldn't be able to watch the old shit if it's locked behind premium. But some stuff is not locked behind premium, regardless.
Okay. But if I'm remembering correctly, Crunchyroll is pretty much blanket umbrella for like most anime,
except for
right?
Funimation. Funimation has the other half. Fuck, I don't like
Okay,
Funimation.
I see you.
Or you can use the internet, which is super strong. And you can
I will say, I do like traveling the high seas to watch my television a lot of the time because I don't have a cable
It's all
box
there.
downstairs. So
It's all there.
it
Shout
makes
out
my life
Spiderman.
easier. I don't know if we should say it that explicitly, but
Just
We
put that right
steal
beside our
movies so we don't
sponsorships.
have to pay for them from illegal websites.
this episode is brought to you by You Wouldn't Download a Car.
By Pirate Bay.
Also,
yes.
let's just for a second. Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Jacob.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't have opinions on many things, but I really think you guys should probably watch more anime. Just because
I will watch more anime.
I don't push many things, but like you probably should, because if you find something you like, I know you'll like it more than a YouTube video. It's just good.
It's fair.
Though there's some shit you won't like, and then just don't watch it and find something else, because there's so much stuff.
See, I fully agree with you. I'm not going to watch any anime.
I think you're missing out. I respect that, because I understand that you have a life that you're trying to work around. But, if you're depressed, you'd probably be better off just spending some of your time watching anime.
That's worked for millions of men across the world.
Well, I mean, exception. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying I have to be an exception for it to work.
Yeah, no, I understand. But, like, it's good stuff.
I believe you.
Shay's got a point. Boku no Hero is cool too. Just don't look at the community online, because they're all cucklords. Anyways,
it's the definition of a podcast today, Hayden.
This really is. But like, we have opinions. They need to be out there. I don't try and convince you guys about shit normally. I don't care. But
It's true.
I really think, in terms of content to consume, fuck a YouTube video. If I've got an anime show to watch, no matter how I get it, we won't talk about that. But if I've got a show to watch, YouTube's on the back burner, anime, and then if I've got more free time, it's YouTube. That's just how it works.
See, hear me out. Audible. You
Fuck
listen
a book.
to books.
Fuck a book.
There's knowledge to be had in books.
I don't know, man.
But how
you
much
don't seem that wise from all those
unless you're
books.
an auditory learner?
I haven't listened to that many, but I'm starting to now, and it's interesting. It just gives you more perspective on shit.
I mean,
'Cause you see how
I
different
will
people view
admit,
shit.
you've certainly seemed to have calmed down and realized in your past you've been an asshole, and you've
Really? Me?
you've said you've been trying to be nicer, and I noticed that as like a league's improvement, because I know many times we've talked about trying to be nicer to people, and I was not moved, but I was impressed that you were like, I'm gonna stop trying to be an asshole. That's all.
Yes.
Good job. So
Thank
maybe
you.
it's audible. Maybe it's audible that happened. Sorry.
Sure.
Go on, Braden.
Ishiguro books. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember anymore. I just had like a funny non sequitur to do, and I've just gone now. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Let me check back up on Rocket Talk, Rocket Watch on the docket. Rocket docket.
Paris destroyed.
I'm really
Paris-
hoping that we don't see something like that.
London has fallen. Fucking
Set for re-entry in coming hours, 37 minutes ago.
Where's
It's
it gonna
still
land?
coming.
They said
don't
they said it. Okay, well they said within like
Re-entry over the Mediterranean basin.
Oh, that's
That's
fine.
not good.
That's far away from us.
Well,
Still
okay.
tracking it though, all the way from Costa Rica all the way to Australia and New Zealand. So there's
Yeah, no.
quite
they
a bit
said
of room.
in like
I'd be
3 minutes can be thousands of
so-
kilometers.
I'd be so pissed if like New Zealand, the one perfect place on Earth, gets wiped out.
Do you know New Zealand has a 3-to-1 sheep to human ratio?
See, that's a perfect place on Earth. I said it.
Can you imagine it just mutts like 1,000,000 sheep?
So yeah, it's traveling at 288 miles per minute.
That's not bad.
Oh,
So let's just do that out per hour real quick. That's 17,280 miles per minute.
but that's not how fast it would go down, though, because there's terminal velocity.
No, of course.
How many kilometers is
But
that?
it's still traveling. It's what, 2.54?
No,
Conversion?
2.2.
2.2.
No, is that
That's
pound?
kg to pound.
It's not 2.54 though.
I think it is.
No, that's
2.54.
inches to centimeter.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah, you're right. Never mind. 2 point.
No, it's like 1 point. Is it 1.8?
1.6.
Okay.
Why would we think it 2? Rip. Hendron's gonna clown on us.
We're
He's smart.
stupid. That's
Great, you won't warp off that?
27,809 kilometers per hour.
That's pretty fast.
But
About how
that's
fast
all
my
that
car
thing-
Think the
goes.
Civic could get that
That's-
fast?
But isn't that how, that's probably how fast the space station, the ISS, is going.
Yeah, well, that's just like
Yeah,
how
but the
things
ISS isn't coming
spin
down.
around up there.
No, but if the ISS, like, they'd reach terminal, like, the only thing that speed tells us is how unpredictable where it could land is, because like a minute and it's somewhere completely different.
It's back over Nova Scotia.
No, it can't hit us. There's like 2 lines. It's like south of New York, or it's like New York and south, and like
Could you imagine New
Right up.
York disappears tomorrow?
Would that be a bad thing?
Liam just ends his stream and he's like, "Oh, New York's gone. All right, good night, guys. See ya."
I don't mean to make a joke about it, but didn't something similar happen about 20 years ago?
Well, on that note, there goes another one.
Stewing that one for a second.
God, Brandon, can we have one podcast where we don't bring up 9/11 or other terrorism acts?
No.
That's a negative.
Not gonna happen, Chief.
What a way! What a way to end off. Hey, we are already an hour and a half deep.
It's the longest podcast we've had since like episode 1 before the relaunch.
We can just
That's
sit here
not a
and
problem,
we
man.
could just sit out here and stew on the fact that there is a rocket that China sent into space that is coming back towards Earth now, and they have no fucking
And Liam
clue.
will most likely be here to stream it.
Liam will be awake by the time that rocket slams down
Yeah,
onto the Earth.
I would be so incoherently tired. I'll be like, 5 million people died. I'm so tired. World changed. The economy crashed. I'll figure it out in the morning and just end stream.
Liam's gonna pop a caffeine. Oh, Liam, you probably could pop a caffeine pill here soon.
When did I have? Well, I might have threw up the.
You have
last
one around 7:30.
Yeah, I don't really need one. The last one didn't do much. The
Well, you
vomit.
threw it up, so
Well, no, but it had time to activate. Like I threw up. I ate it. Then
There was at
ordered
least
food.
40 minutes
Food
between
was
eating
delivered.
it.
Then I ate the food. but they don't do much for me. I don't even take them that often. Like I don't even bring them to work anymore.
His body has already been like, nope, not enough. Take 2.
Need more. Liam, pop 5. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Just once, but it was multiple times.
If
Nobody
someone
else on
donates
chat heard it,
$5,
but I
I'll
could hear
donate
him the
the
whole
whole
time.
bottle, or I'll eat the whole bottle.
You would die. So
I would have a heart attack.
That's cruel.
yeah, that would kill you. Your body cannot handle a heart attack, buddy. I'm sorry to say it.
Not if they're professional. Yeah, it depends what type of heart attack too. There's like, isn't there like a Widowmaker type heart attack? There's like different types of heart attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want the Widowmaker one, buddy.
No. Yeah, I know the Widowmaker. Just Kevin Smith had like a Widowmaker one, he only lived because he was like right at the hospital or something.
Walks into the hospital. Hey guys.
Basically, everyone around, he just wanted to go do his show, and everybody around him was like, Kevin, you're like sweating and don't look very good and like seem very sickly. You should probably lay down. And he was like, no, I'm fine, but I'll lay down for a bit anyway to appease you guys. And then someone was like, okay, we have to call a doctor. And they're like, yeah, you're having a massive heart attack right now.
No, it's like some heart attacks are slow and some are fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my great uncle died of a heart attack. Not recently. It was in grade 12. He like went up to the bathroom.
That's like a couple of years ago.
Oh, I don't feel so great. And then he lay back in bed and started like seizing, and then he just died. But the fact that you can be like, man, I just don't feel great, and you're having a massive heart attack over a few hours.
Yeah, it's scary. I'd like to hope that like in that scenario, I'd be able to like, I should call the 911.
There's stories of people who are having a heart attack, recognize it, and drive themselves to the hospital, which seems a little reckless in case you don't make it.
Alex, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't like that you said that. I don't like that at all. That the same amount of time that we were in high school has passed since high school. That greatly upsets the way I think about time.
I mean, it kind of makes sense for me. I went to university, dropped out of university, worked for a year, went to college. I feel like
I've done literally nothing besides lose a couple pounds since then and now. That's the only thing that has changed in my life.
Fat
oh, fuck.
Well,
hey,
boys,
you're old. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you say we end it? Because I really gotta pee.
I also have to pee.
I'm also holding in a massive piss right now.
Hear me out. We all meet up, cross streams, call it a night.
Nah, I'm cool.
Ian Rankin would be too pissed.
Wow. Sick topical reference about our new premiere, Braden.
You know it. 3 pee boys.
Pee is sterile, so you can't get Rona from pee.
No, of course not. Everybody knows that. Everybody
I can still pee on you, though. Trust me, it's not a good feeling.
What?
Oh no, I got bit by a jellyfish.
Jellyfish don't have teeth.
I got stung by one. Somebody pee on me.
Jellyfish.
That's a good bit. It's a good character bit. Guy who just wants to be pissed on at the beach. I got stung by a jellyfish in the water.
Guys, I don't have to pee. Help me.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you everybody for coming out.
Ending a podcast about a guy with a piss fetish.
Yeah, that's how we like to do it. We like the jokes and characters. Don't do that. Can't do that.
I wonder if
Thank you everybody for showing up.
If you can what? You want to?
Does this command work? Because I'm not logged in on Steam, so I can't raid. You know what I mean? Or on Twitch, sorry, so I can't raid.
No,
awkward.
But what I can do is this. Oh wait, obviously that wouldn't work because I'm not logged in as the MDM account.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me try this again.
Can't you type it in the Streamlabs OBS?
What are you guys trying to do?
Yes, I can. I just want to see if it'll work.
Oh, there we go.
I don't think so.
No, in that case.
We're just going to copy the link. Everybody click on this link and go give Liam some
Everybody
love.
Click on the link. The big pog raid. Y'all ready?
Guys, go raid this guy.
Yeah,
go raid this guy. He's super cool. I hear good things.
He's got a nice hat and some silly glasses from wish.com.
Mm-hmm.
$8 can change.
He's got some whack opinions on Spiderman, though.
He does. He's really wrong.
You can't Spider-Man. Spider-Man. You can't pluralize it.
Spider-Man.
I just did.
Spider-Man's.
All right.
Spider-Man's.
Whose Spider-Man's is this?
All right, guys.
End of the stream. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks everybody for showing
Go
up.
watch Liam. Give him some support while he struggles through his last couple hours.
I'm gonna have to shit.
He's got so much time left.
See you next time. Subscribe to Two Tap Troop
See you on the next one.
with no money. Though.
Check out our
Don't
YouTube
use money.
channel.
Don't use money on me.
Link somewhere.
See Kyle.
Go subscribe to our
Fuck
YouTube channel.
off.
It's in the our about section.
Keep saluting after I said see Kyle.
I just realized that I was doing like one of these, not like one of